Hello ladies and gentle ladies, welcome back to another stream. Today we're going to be doing some more Industria. It's been a while, I think. Don't remember when I last streamed, to be honest, but I think it's been a while. And we're going to be doing some dynamic fluid tanks today, which I intended to do last time, but we ran out of time, so that didn't happen. So, hello Gogo, welcome to the stream. I think we can basically just get straight into it. So, let's go ahead and switch over. Okay. And then everything I think is fine. I do briefly have something to go through since last time, which I will show you first. Apparently I also have changes that I haven't committed to GitHub. I don't know what those are. Oh, of course. Okay, actually I need to rename the stream title. I forgot that I was doing this. Actually, we're not going to be doing dynamic fluid tanks today. Instead, we're going to be updating to 1.21.5 because I completely forgot I was doing that. Right, okay. So this is actually going to be quite a bit of work today to get this all in place. Completely up to date. Okay. So yeah, so we're going to be updating to 1.21.5 today. Now, I've already done most of the work, to be honest. But there are some things that we're going to need to do. So, for example, this method here, to get a block pos into MBT, just doesn't exist anymore. So I'm going to have to create kind of some utility methods, that kind of thing today. So hopefully we'll get this done and then we'll be able to do dynamic fluid tanks, but I'm not promising anything because I don't have confidence in it. So I am kind of just going to put this in my main class, even though that's a terrible idea, just because I'm lazy. So I'm going to go MBT compound and to MBT block or pause. And I mean, this should be pretty simple. So we can do var MBT is equal to MBT compound. And then I'm hoping what we can do is we can actually just do MBT.put pause or block pause.codec pause, and then just return MBT. I don't see why that wouldn't work. And then basically this is going to be this exact same kind of. So we're going to do MBT.get, and then that takes in the codec, and then this will basically give an optional, so I can just do what should we do in the optional case? I guess just, or else, actually no, we'll just straight up return the optional, and then that I can handle that wherever I need. Okay, I am actually going to put these in an MBTU class. Don't know if I already have or not, but we can create that. So MBT util, that in there. I'll just make this a final class and I'll give it a prime constructor. Okay. So then all I have to do here is change this to MBT utils dot from MB. No, this is to MBT. Right, I see. Good. Now here, yeah, this kind of isn't what I want. So this actually needs to be MBT utils dot from MBT, and then that will be MBT dot get compound or empty I. That should work. Why is that not working? Oh, because that gives us an optional. So in that case, I will do if present between positions add. Like that. Okay. And then in here, we can do MBT utils dot to MBT. And then when I read that, it'll be in here. I need to do so I need to be able to say not MBT, kiln segments dot get compound or empty I, and then I need to do MBT utils dot from MBT if present, then we're going to do pause, and then we'll say pause or this dot kiln segments dot add I pause. It doesn't like this because that needs to be final. Why am I doing a for I loop even? I don't know why I'm doing a for I loop, to be honest. That's kind of not helpful. So I will just turn it into a oh, I can't do a for. Interesting. In that case, I'll just do... Oh, no, I can. It's just being weird. Oh, I see, because I wanted to get it as a compound. Well... Sure. If present, then we'll do MET compound. And then I'll pass that into here. This isn't great, but it will work. This can be a method reference like that. This can be like that. And I assume this will just map it, right? Yeah. Or flat map it, but whatever. Same thing. Okay, fantastic. So that's that. I'm actually curious. Alright, we just went through this. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Next we have this. Ah, yes, this. This, yes. So this is going to be a pain in the butt. We'll come back to that. We have this. That's also going to be a pain in the butt. And yeah, that's basically all the issues we have. So let's do a build again. And then we'll have all the client stuff to go through as well, because there's some changes there too. So it is just these. Okay. This one will be fixed when I rerun the AT, so that's fine. Or the AW, sorry. In fact, I can probably do that now. Maybe. No, I can't, because there's another issue in the AW. Right, we'll come back to that. Just for anyone curious, I reckon, yeah, updating to 1.21.5 is a pain in the butt, and I'm not sure that I recommend it, to be honest. Because, yeah, it's a lot of work. Okay, so somehow what I have to do is I have to convert this class into a codec. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done because of these methods. Oh god. Okay. So I need to be able. Yeah. So what I need is I need a codec for all the networks, right? So I need a codec for this list, and then I also need a codec for each kind of like individual network. Now, that's kind of going to be a pain. So if we look at, like, for example, right or so I mean, we can probably make this work. So what we can have is some kind of like we can have a name, and then we can have the actual data. So this actually won't be too bad in of itself. So what we'll do is we'll go with a public static final codec of a pipe network manager. I'll say codec is equal record codec builder. Can I do that or not? I can. I can do record codec builder dot create. I can say instance dot group, and I don't think a transfer type has a codec. No, but we could definitely make one. I don't see why not. So we can do codec of a transfer type. That's just be fully wildcard. And yeah, basically this. So we're going to have a codec string, and then we're just going to X map it into a transfer type. Now, I don't think I have a method to actually get it by a name. No, but we can make that. So that's pretty simple. So we can go name equals name, find first, or else illegal argument. Okay, that's fine. And can I do that? Kind of. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Sure, that'll do. So we can say transfer type dot codec, and then basically it's going to be this. Now, problem is that the pipe network manager itself takes in a factory. And the way the codecs inherently work isn't going to let me do that. Because what I want to save isn't really the actual pipe network manager itself, even though it kind of is. So what I really want... Yeah, because basically what I want to store is actually this. It's the pipe network data. So I could not have... Actually... Let's come into here. See, the problem is the pipe network data also takes in the factory. Whereas that's not really what I want. And I mean, if I look at this, so basically this, I'm not sure if I'm overcomplicating something. Ideally, all I want to serialize is this. I don't know how I can do that. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the fabric wing. You know, they have a page on codecs. I'm wondering if there's a codec that I'm not aware of. That if instead of constructing the object, you kind of like apply it to an object. That would be what I need. It's not on the wiki. But if we go docs.fabrichem, that we might be able to codecs. There you go. Codec. So we're not looking for like a record like codec. Eva maps. Oh. Nope. Okay. Gonna be a pain. So what I could do, this is actually, I kind of hate this so much, but I'm gonna have to have like a class called data. And it's basically just gonna store this. So it will need S and then N. Well, actually, it doesn't need S. It can just be N and then N of that. But I'll do that. Very correct. Yeah, kind of do need all of and to this. Okay, so something kind of like this, and then like a codec of that, and then this class here will actually have to store a data. Like that. And then say this.data is equal to new data dimension. And then I can create a get data. This is going to break everything, by the way. Write MBT and read MBT just need to go. Yeah, this should also be in here. I don't know. Yeah. So then we can do a codec of data. No. We want we want record codec builder dot create. Actually we don't. We just want a normal, and I don't really know how normal codecs work. Surprise Arzu, not really wide. I scheduled this stream this morning. So it's not that surprising. even though I was a little bit late because I may have forgotten. Create not a thing, create isn't. I'm just gonna do it like this. I don't know if this is how you're meant to do it, but honestly, I don't care. If someone wants to come along and fix it in the future, that's fully up to them. Why are you updating to 1.21.5? I thought you said you're... Well, because I need to at some point. And I figured I would just do it now. It makes sense. But this isn't going to work. I don't know how data results work. I just want to... And you know what the worst part is? I can't go and see vanilla. Like, I just can't. I can't look into vanilla. Well, I can look into here, but like, that's useful. I can't look into like this because I have to decompile it. And I can't decompile it because the AW doesn't work. The AW doesn't work because I can't get the AW to work until this works. So I'm kind of in a bit of a loop at the moment. I also... Does this need to... What is this for? Wait, why does this need this? I don't know. This doesn't need to exist, I don't think. So actually, I didn't need that data class. Yeah, I didn't need that data class. It's fine. Need to put back up here. Can you explain what you're doing and how this is different? So basically, okay, so if we go to this, right? So this is the persistent state that stores also just like this. That stores the it does need to, but not like that. Anyways, this stores the pipes in the world, right? So it stores all the networks. Before, I used to have write MBT and read MBT. But the problem is, it doesn't use MBT anymore. It uses codecs. So I have to convert all of the pipe network code to use codec. And that's a pain in the ass, to be honest. Because, like, networks just don't serialize like that. Like, it's just not really how they're designed. It keeps trying to do this. You can't do this. Now the problem is I can't use a record codec builder because it's not a record, right? This isn't a record class. But even if I do instance.group, which I can do, and I can do that for the transfer type, or not the transfer type, the registry key, which it has a codec or registry key code. Even if I do that, I mean, that can construct me a new network data, but then I can't apply the actual data. So it's not that useful. Actually, I guess what I could do, there could be a solution. Okay, I think there might be a solution here. I think I can still grab all the data inside the group. And then when it gets to here, I can just take all that data and figure it out, right? I think I can do that. So I really need like a pipe network. .code. No, am I doing something wrong? Oh, it's because I don't have a comma there. But if I do a pipe network.codec, field of networks, but this naturally needs to be a set. How do I do a set? I don't know. Back to the fabric docs and hope that they have sets in there somewhere. Good evening, Romeo. Welcome to the stream. Please have a set in here. They do not. Okay. I'll figure that out once I've created that thing. And then we want this. Oh, good lord. Maps are definitely a thing you can do, right? So this is a hash map. So I can do codecs or codec.unbounded map, and I can just pass in a key for that, and then I think this is now like UIDs, not codec or something. Oh, what was that? Set codec. What is this set to? Oh, here you go. Oh god, that uses an int stream codec. I don't think I need that part. I think I can just do... This is horrible, but I think I can just do that. What's wrong with this? Do I not have a get pipe? I apparently do not have a get pipes. I'm gonna need that. Sure, that's fine, I guess. Kind of don't. This doesn't need that anymore either. Okay, we're making some headway here. So we need to create a codec for the pipe network. Now this should be pretty simple, I think. The only problem is going to be the storage. I'm going to need to somehow save this. Wait, how did I do that before? Oh, wait. No. How did I do that before? Go to implementation. So, oh, do I do it manually? I see. Okay. Fine. That's fine. That's going to be a pain in the butt, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. So, I'm going to have a codec. Pipe network. Codec is equal record. Oh, wait. I just realized I didn't do this. So we want the dimension, networks, and then piped network ID. And then basically we take these, we do that. Fish. Yeah, I mean, this is probably going to error a little bit, but that's okay. That's going to have to be like that, but that's... Yeah, this is fine. That's going to fix itself once these are all a thing, right? Get networks. Why is this? The X map is in the incorrect place. I don't think it is. Because it needs to be after the list coder. Oh. Oh, do I need to actually return? Oh, I might just need... Oh, I see what I've done. Yeah, I think I've done the wrong thing. This needs to be like, Right, yeah. This is kind of the wrong way around. So, like... This needs to go there, is that right? Kind of? And then, yeah, so then this is filled with networks, is that right? Cannot convert set to hash. No, I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna actually make that. Okay. So then I can actually just use pipe network dot set code. Okay, that's better. So yeah. So this is just a pipe network, right? What's wrong with... And what's wrong with this? You need the question marks to be the same thing. You can... Eric. Is that what it needs to be? So does add network need to be no, add network doesn't be generic. So I think I just need to make a method, right? So like I need like a public static type networks data. Wait, S and then N pipe S and SN and then just pass those things through here, I think is what it wants, right? So a set of pipe network and then set pipe network. So a set of N basically. Because then I can do that and then I can do hopefully pipe networks data create. It doesn't like that. create. So can I not just do that? No, but the issue is with network. God, I hate generics so much. Can I just do this? I can't just do this, can I? Because that kind of negates the entire problem. Right? Yeah, because they need to be of the same type. And I can't do this because in here, the pipe networks themselves, we don't like actually know what they are. How can I fix this though? Like, this is kind of help, but it's also like not help. So the problem is it requires a set of N. We provided some pipe network. The problem is because it's inside a set, I think. I'll come back to it. Let's do this first, and we'll come back to that in a second, because that's going to be, I think, a pain in the butt. So we can do this first. Why is this? So what's this tried to do? Not sure what this is tried to do. So it's trying to do a UUID and a transfer, right? Yeah, but we also need the other thing. So we also need a set of block pause, two sets of block pauses, and the storage. Okay, let's get rid of these. Okay. So we have the UUID, and then we have the block pause. So we can do block pause, codec. Do I need to do a list of, or codec dot list? The X map that. Yeah, this, except with method. I don't know why it wouldn't do whatever. And get pipes. Is that correct? What was wrong with this last time? How did I fix that last time? No, it wasn't that one. This one. Oh, I think I just created a field for this. Blog post that code. Okay. Welcome back, Alex. Why are you don't do that? Okay, we'll figure that out in a second. That's going to be a pain in the butt as well. Lots of pains in the butt today. Get connected blocks apparently doesn't exist. Get connected. Get that. Would you consider porting the mod to a different mod loader after you've released it? No, I would not. Why is this complaint? Oh, apparently that doesn't exist too. Yeah, with Sintra, I don't see a point. And also, supposedly, some new guy developing something. Here it is, Fusion Loader. Apparently, is able to make modding work across Forge, Fabric, and Neo. Apparently. But they haven't provided any evidence for such a thing. So, until that happens. I don't really believe that that's... I'm not sure that anyone could pull that off. Because Sintra itself is apparently already quite buggy, so... why is... Right, I see, because... Oh... Yeah. I was worried this might happen. So, the problem that we have now is that pipe networks... I can't just make a new pipe network, because a pipe network has to be implemented, right? Because we have all of these. So... how are we gonna do this? Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea. And I'm gonna make some kind of basically a registry. And it's basically gonna register a transfer type to basically just a constructor of a pipe network, but it'll be for the specific implementation. Is that overcomplication? Well, I don't see how else I could do that. Like, okay, my idea is basically I have a map of a transfer type, right? To a... Yeah, basically this. Which I agree is completely and utterly disgusting. But I also don't really have a choice. Because then basically what I can do... I mean, I guess what I could do actually, I could have codec. But I don't really need a codec for it. I just need the factory. So then I can just have a public static void register factory. Right, and then I can just do register factory, for example, transfer type.energy, and then cable network on you. Right, what does the factory want? Takes a UID. That should be fine. Oops, I didn't mean to close. Oh, I see. Because it doesn't like, so this method just needs to be generic. So, come on, Copilot, you can figure that out, right? That's true. Yeah, so I can't actually do it in here, but I can do it somewhere. I can do it maybe in the main class. And I can do type network, got register factory, transfer type dot energy, cable, network. And hopefully, why have you done this? Why have you done this? There is a slurry network, no? Oh, there isn't. Oh no, there is. Sorry, we're both trying to gaslight me. Oh my god, stop. There is a fluid pipe network. I'm sure there is. Yeah, there is. Oh my god. So yeah, gases we haven't kind of got that far yet. Nor have we done item. But we'll come back to them. Do gas item. Oh. Okay. So obviously then I don't need that in here. Okay. So then all I need to do in here is this. Now, correct. So this needs to actually go before the codec. Like, and you know, I'm actually going to put this method here as well, just in order. And then we add all the pipes and we add all the connector blocks. We return the net. Kind of. We haven't done the storage though, and the storage is going to be a pain in the butt. So, see, with the storage, the only way to do that is going to be to make the codec not static. I think. I'm trying to think. I need to do that. Or I do the same thing. Right? So I just make a transfer type. Basically have a codec in it. I already have a codec for the transfer type itself, but if I basically pass in a codec for the storage inside one of these, right? Or maybe not in the transfer type actually, because that's not necessarily a good idea. But I just need a codec for it somewhere. I guess I could do it in here, kind of as Copilot suggested, right? So I could have a map of transfer type to a codec of that, which is going to be the storage depths. So like this doesn't need to. right? So then what I can do in here is basically the same thing. So pipe network dot register storage codec. I can do transfer type dot energy. And I can do cable network dot storage codec. Right. And then in here, I can basically just create that, right? So I can just do codec, energy storage, codec is equal. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah, that's not a thing, but that's okay. Because all I actually need is this effective. If I create this its own class, then that'll be so. I'll do a public static class, cable network energy storage implements energy storage. No, not what I want. Definitely not what I want. So this needs to be that. Why is this complaining? Oh, because it needs to be a simple energy. So this actually needs to extend simple energy. And then in the super, it wants the capacity. So the capacity is going to be network.pipes.size. And then, yeah, that and okay. And then get capacity will be that. And then all I have to do in here is change this to be a new cable energy, cable network energy, like that. These can go bye-bye. Those don't need to exist anymore. And instead, yeah, this is codec is equal. I guess I can need to create the code in here, don't I? But that's gonna bugger. Yeah. So okay. So what I'm actually gonna need then in here is a function that takes in the network. So I'm gonna need an extended pipe network of S. And it'll be a function that takes a network and gives you a codec. Like that. So this will be function of a pipe network to a codec. This is complaining because yeah. Am I gonna have to cast it? I see. That's not really what I want. I do want N and I do want S. And I can't just cast that, can I? Nope. Okay. I guess we're having it like this then. Which is a bit weird because like N is not used. So sure. I mean it will be fine because obviously I'm using it so I know how to use it. But it's not necessarily ideal. But here we are. So this will then have to be cable network get store codec. So then I can come back in here. Yeah, so I mean what I can do, I'm so lost right now. So I can do a protected abstract codec of S, get storage codec, and then I can just override get storage codec, right, and then return that. Dot. I want like a create codec this. And then I think I feel like I'm not doing this right, but wait, I'm trying to think. What has this just done? Definitely not what I want. So what I want is a record codec builder or create instance instance.group. Yeah, and I just want a long amount, get amount. And then I think I also need the UID, I believe. Original amount is equal. Yes. Believe. Except this is the wrong way around. This needs to be ID and then... Why is this complaining? This also needs to matter. Why is this complaining? Have I done something wrong? Oh, I see what it's doing because it's trying to... Yeah, this isn't right. This needs to be network get ID, and then this needs to be... Yeah. Is that right? So I can do storage. Yeah, so I can do that. You can't convert that to a map address. I guess I don't need the ID. Yeah, I don't need the ID. Because I'm passing in the network. Of course I am. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, so this just needs to be an energy store. But I think that's fine. Oh. What's wrong with this? Okay, well, there's another solution. And that's to make this do that, and then do that, and do that. Ah, but I can't do that because of that. Fuck. Ah. Um, can I just do that? And then if I return energy storage of storage? What's wrong with this? Am I stupid? Why can't I do this? Not that I should need to do this. Oh, never mind, I see. Because of this. And actually, can I? Yeah, I can't just do that, can I? Can do that. Oh, it was just because of this. Okay. I really hate generics, you know? You can't tell. What's wrong with this? Doesn't that method exist? It does, but it's protected. It should not be protected. Be public. This needs to be public. Then, in here, this is complaining. Of course it is. So the pipe network conforms to cable network. So that's probably an issue with this method. Presumably because this, yeah, this takes in a pipe network here. But this really needs to be n extends pipe network of S. And like this really needs to be n, and this really needs to be S. I can't do that. And I can't do that. The best I could do, and I think this will hate me if I try and do this, but I can do that. Which might work? Maybe? It is the most disgusting code you've ever seen, but I think it would work. If I press warnings uncheck, then we'll never know, right? As ugly as as ugly as this is, I think it will actually work. Oh, you know what the other option could be, actually? If I create an interface. Public interface. Yeah, this. If I do this, actually, this might be big brain. Then that would allow me to do, what did this one in generics? S and N. Okay. Or is it just S? Yeah, S and N. But then if I do that, then I don't need to do that. And I can actually just change this to be that. Can it be that? Or does it have to be... No, it has to be that, I see. Except that's not... That needs to be that. But it doesn't like that. Hello, Space US. Welcome to the stream. That fixes it? No, that does not fix it. I'm saying that didn't look like that would fix it. Although IntelliJ might be dying again. I think these generics are very much confusing IntelliJ. I mean, I can do this, which is a better cast. Like, that's not as ugly. I'm gonna do that. It's not the worst thing in the world. Sure, you can try and do that 7-4-10. I'm not gonna stop you. If you want to try and do that, feel free. But I am kind of just gonna leave it when it... Okay, so this is all fine now, right? Yes. This is fine. We don't need this. And yeah, we'll come back to that later. Okay, so we still have a little bit to do here. So we still have to make it actually use that somehow. Yeah, so I don't suppose I can make Copilot figure this out, can I? Ooh, no. Definitely not. Yeah, so I basically need to get the storage. So I need to go... The problem is... I'm going to create another create method. S type network of S create. Now, yeah, I don't want all of this. So what I need, all of these. So I need... wait, do I? No, technically I don't, because I can then just do S storage is equal... I can do this, right? And then I can do network.storage is equal storage. Kind of. I just closed it again. Oh my god. Please stop doing it. I guess I could do this, but I think it would be better. Do I even need to do this? Yeah, because I need the amount. Fuck. I'm a bit lost, chat. I don't think this create method will help. I think probably the way to do this is going to be to ditch both of these, kind of, and have the factory be something different, right? So currently the factory takes in a UID, but if I make the factory take in because it really does need all of this. So, okay. I get the network like this. I add the pipes, I add the connector block. That's all fine. But I need the storage. The only way that I could do that is by somehow, like, basically this codec can't be in this class, right? Because I can't access instance here. I mean, unless there's something here that I can use, but like, I don't know what any of these methods do. I'm sure there is a way to do this, but I just don't know that much about codecs to be able to do it. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take this codec and I'm just gonna have to put it in each of the network classes. Right? The problem with that, and it's actually a massive problem, is that means I can't have this. So actually, I physically cannot do that. What if I do... Let me undo something. Not this. Are you asking AI everyone heard and seen? Yeah. I think this is inherently... It's just because codecs are a pain in the butt, man. Like, I love them, but I also hate them. Because it's things like this. Also, IntelliJ's died again. Of course it has. Of course it has. Okay, well, what we can do... Let's think about this for a second, actually. Can I just retrieve it from... Okay, I do need IntelliSense, though. I'm not sure I'm going to do this without IntelliSense. But, like, can I just retrieve it from here, right? Can I do... The problem is I need the transfer type. Okay, what if I did there? Right, and then what if I X map? I don't really know what I'm doing right now, but this might work. And if I X map that to storage codex get, and then field of storage. I need intelligence. Quickly, just restart. Get our intelligence back. We'll try again. I wish I could wide. But it's not that simple. I tell you what, IntelliJ bugging out like this is genuinely making me want to work on Railroad. Like, that's how bad it is. Because it's like, I genuinely don't know how they have... Look at this. It's not opening back up. It's literally not going to open back up. I'm going to have to go into Task Manager, right? And I have to try and find IntelliJ. There it is. And then I have to end task. And then I have to open it back up. Like, why do I have to do that? It's so friggin' stupid. Also, it doesn't like this. Maybe I don't mean XMap. Maybe XMap isn't what I want. Function of a transfer type to... I also have to be able to turn it the other way around as well. But I can't do that. Oh, wait. Wait, how does XMap work? Oh, I see. So I have to be able to convert a transfer type into a storage codec. Maybe XMap isn't what I want here. I need someone that knows something better about codec. Because I'm sure there's a way to do what I want to do right now. I just don't know how you do it. Can I just map it? Maybe. I'm sorry, what? What's happened to Forgetter? That's giving me a map decoder. Giving me a map codec. I see. That is not what I want. I still want a map codec. Maybe dispatch map? But like, I don't know how dispatch map work. I think that's mentioned in the Fabric docs though, so I'll have a quick look-sees. I see. Dispatch might be what I want. No, it's not. There's so many methods, and the docs don't explain what they all do, which isn't very helpful, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, the docs do not help. So we're just gonna have to try and wing something together here. Function. So what does comap do? I guess that's some manic. Maybe open a different project so AW is fixed and you can see the source code. I'm honestly not sure that would help right now, unfortunately. Maybe map result? What does this do? I have no idea what this does. What the hell is this? Never mind. I have tried opening the project in Eclipse, but to be honest, it doesn't help. Like, it's not going to help me right now. What I'm saying. I mean, to give IntelliJ some credit, it took an hour and a half for it to bug out like that. But yeah. Thing is, I'm gonna need to mess with mixins and AWs later in the stream if I can get this to work. That so there's not really much point me switching. Well, yeah, of course it shouldn't bug out at all, Wide. I agree, but it does. So there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I can open it in Eclipse if you guys really want, but like, the thing is, Eclipse doesn't look as nice. So you guys will have to sit through a not as nice viewing experience. Like, you know, I'll show you guys. Splash screen is nice. I give them some credit for that. It looks nice, but everything else doesn't. So just give it a minute. Okay, this is what you're gonna have to deal with. This is what Eclipse looks like. So I genuinely though, I do believe that the font is not helping it. So I might see if I can get a better font. You can change the font, right? Yeah, here we go. Can you not change the font? Yeah, here you go. Hopefully I have JetBrains Mono. That actually, see, I reckon that genuinely, that helps a little bit. Not a lot, but I think there's definitely something there. I don't know if you can change like the overall font of the thing. Text font. Does that change everything or not? It does not. Font. Okay, let's just change all the fonts, shall we? To be... JetBrains. Yes, there's a lot of font. I don't think you can change like the UI font. Which is really weird. Maybe it's a dev style option? Nope. Let me have a look. I don't know, but like, okay, this looks better. It's better. I'm not saying it looks good, but oh, also I need to find the replacement for this. I still haven't figured out the replacement. I'm gonna quickly hop in the fabric disk. Quickly. Anyone knows the replacement? I'm just gonna leave that. I mean, really, it's just the syntax highlighting doesn't look great. You can get better color themes, actually. If the site still works. It does, yeah, this site. So you can actually get better themes. I don't remember what I used to use, but it actually looks nice. Let me just turn off dark work. Oh, I wonder if that actually looks nice, but not what I was looking for. What did I normally use? Do I use atom ones? Doesn't look. This actually looks okay. It's not great, but it looks better, so I'll go with that. Download. Int source is with. It's baked into each model. I'll try that in a second. Okay, how can I actually use this? Does anyone know how you actually use these? I think you need a plugin, right? something. Or no, you import that. Open. Apply. I mean, I can even do this. How do I feel about that? Do I prefer it with or without the background? I think I prefer it without the background. I will admit there is a lot of pink, but here we are. Okay, anyways, apparently it's item tint source. I guess not. Not what he said. Okay, is Eclipse being weird or no? Eclipse is not being weird for once. How do you search files? Oh my god, I haven't used Eclipse in so long. Control. No. Control Shift O? No, that's importing, right? How do you search files? I Control H. Yeah, that's it. Nope. Apparently, that's not a thing. Though he said it was in DataGen, which is confusing me a little bit. Oh, right, because I'm in... Wait, no, I'm in the client package, but that shouldn't... Oh, wait, am I? Yeah, I think so. Okay, what if I do... okay. Item tint. Is that a thing? No. Tint source. Aha. I see. If I go models. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to fix these. This is gonna be hell, by the way, when we get to this, because none of this stuff exists anymore. But we'll come back to that. So somewhere. Oh, what I wanted to show you guys at the start of the stream, by the way, is I made a wood set thing, but I can't show you because, as you can see, nothing works. I'm curious, is there like a registered leaves thing, or like see, okay. This isn't right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. So I can't search the sources because I don't have the sources, because I don't have the access to widen them. See, the good thing about IntelliJ, to give it some credit, is that IntelliJ will actually decompile it. But Eclipse just gives you the bytecode, which isn't too useful. I mean, I can read it, but it's just not ideal. I also can't search. I mean, leaves. There's leaves. So put static leaves. A little bit. Do what? Put static leaves. Oh, and then it's setting it to a factory. So leaves is some kind of oh, so leaves is the actual texture. I see. I'm not going to be able to find. Let's just go back to IntelliJ, shall we? But you know, the problem with IntelliJ is that when I build the project, it doesn't like do what I want it to do. Because it won't build the client source. Also, why is this not erroring anymore? Did I fix it? Oh, no, it's because I'm not doing the storage anymore. Right. Should I also ask about this in the Fabric Discord whilst I'm there? I suppose so. Why not? How do I even ask about that? So... like, okay, what am I trying to do in simple words? Okay, so basically, right, we have a pipe network. A pipe network is an abstract class. Right? And no, I'm gonna move good old OBS to my right monitor, and I can have Discord open on the left, and then I can kind of figure something out here. So let's also turn the light on so that I can see. That's always a nice thing. So we have a pipe network, which is abstract. So the way that the pipe network will hold the storage, or the storage is going to be serialized differently per instance of the pipe network, right? Now, what I can't do is I can't just have like a method to... You know what, actually, I just thought. I don't know if it's in block or if it's an abstract block. But blocks have a codec. Ah, but it's not used. Right. Oh no, it might be used, but we don't know if it's used because I can't get the sources. I can't find usage. Ah. Let me try something. So I'm going to open it in this, if I could type. Hello? Oh, it's indexing. What are you doing? There you go, block. Hello? Okay. Let's just give IntelliJ a couple minutes to do whatever it's doing. I don't know why it's doing this. I didn't ask it to do this, but here we are. So where is the block class, bro? Oh, it's still indexing. Oh, of course it is. Okay. Why do I not have sources? I should have sources in this repo. That takes so long. Something that's worth it. Okay. Sources. Thank you. So, I wanted to know is where get codec is used. Because get codec is not a static field, right? Registries.block type dot get codec dispatch map. I'm not sure I understand. What is a blocked? Oh, I see. But that only works because it's a registry, right? Or... oh, confusing. Right, so this actually has like a... basically it has a codec registry. Is that right? Yeah. So basically there's a registry of codec. And then using that, it's basically able to dispatch it. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Is create my own registry. And the registry is going to be of... See, the problem is storage is just like an object. Like storage isn't a type that I own necessarily. I don't think I can do that. Because what would the codec be? A codec of an object? Like, no. What if I have a codec? Okay, what if I have a registry of a pipe network type? And then... because pipe network is abstract, so if we think of pipe network being as if it was like a block, right? So each block can have a different codec, each pipe network can have a different codec. So if I have basically the same thing that blocks do, right? So they have the block type registry for codec, right? So basically this is what I want. I am going to need this. I'm going to need a registry of a map codec, but the map codec is, instead of being blah 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 extends block, it's going to be blah 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 extends pipe network. And then yeah, so this registers them. Not sure what that does, but what the hell is this, by the way? Why does it return a dyed carpet codec? Like, what? Whatever. So basically if I do that, I'm gonna switch Windows again. Okay. This is gonna be pretty ugly, so I hope you guys are ready for this. So I'm going to create a new init class, and this is going to be a pipe network. Not really an init class, it's going to be like pipe network type. It kind of is an init class. So we're going to want a public static final registry of a map codec of .. extends a pipe network. This is going to be pipe network pipes. It's going to be equal to registry builder, which is the fabric thing. Yeah, that. And then this is create simple, I think. Sure. Yeah, create is create simple. So create simple. And what does that want? It wants a registry key. So let's create a registry key. Yeah, I think that. Registry key of a registry of T, and T is, yeah, that should be fine. So build on registrar. Yeah, but I think I want some. I think I want to say registry attribute modded, and then maybe synced, I guess. Not sure. Yeah, and then build and register. Okay. So then what we'll have I find oh, by the way, I'm gonna do that again so you guys can see a little bit more. Because I think that's a good idea. So let's see what vanilla does. Okay, so basically it just runs the initializer. I need a public static void in it. And here is basically where I will just register them, right? So I'm going to do pipe network types, register, not so. What time is it for you? It is, you can see what time it is, no? Oh, you can't because my face cam covers it. It is 9 PM. Oh, well, it's about to turn. But, yeah. Register. String name. And then we can do register. Energy network. And then cable network dot codec. Do you like millionaire bytes? I do like millionaire bytes. They are very nice. I am a big fan. Okay, and then I also need a map codec, a pipe network codec, which is going to be this, and then it's going to dispatch map, and it's going to be pipe network get codec, and then function.identity. I don't know what this does, but apparently that works, I guess. Okay, and then basically what is it doing? Okay, I wasn't watching what it was doing. I just assumed it was working. Yeah, so this needs to be a fluid pipe network, and this needs to be a slurry pipe network, and then we just need a heat network, which will be a heat pipe network, and then do gas item pressure. I'm also going to need to do molten at some point because that's not going to be able to use the fluid network, but for now it does, so we're just going to ignore that. Okay, so we do need a get codec like this. Okay, we're not going to want this. We're going to basically remove everything we've done so far. So I don't think we need that. I don't think we need any of that. And yeah, so we're basically going to need these. Hello, Aliyah Torio, welcome to the stream. Yeah. Okay, if I take this, then... Ah, shit. This isn't gonna work. I'll figure that out. So... Okay, let me close some things, because I'm gonna lose my shit here. There's so many things going on. Okay, we'll start with the cable network. So, cable network. Okay. So... Right, so this doesn't have like a factory or anything. This just needs to be a new cable network. Right. And then all I need to do is I need to have the storage, right? Now, so I'm gonna need to get codec. Now, the problem is so get codec just always is going to basically return this codec. The problem is that we still need to serialize and deserialize the energies, but I don't know that I've actually solved any problem by doing that, unless I'm missing something. Oh, yeah, I guess I can just do this, can't I? Right, I can just do this. No, I can't do that. No, I can do that. Public static final codec of a cable network energy storage codec is equal that. We need an ID. Well, ah, shit, this is going to be recursive though, no? Oh, actually, the Fabric Wiki mentioned something about recursive codecs. Let me see if I can find it. Recursive codec. Sometimes it's useful to have a codec that uses itself to decode specific fields. Codec.recursive. I don't understand. So is that not? I'm a little bit confused. Maybe this is not how recursive codecs, because this doesn't make sense. Also, get storage codec needs to go. Let's delete that. And then this just needs to become abstract. This storage. Yeah, so this needs to be cable network in here. And this needs to be that. Why is this complaining? That should be fine, no? I'm a little bit lost again. I mean, I feel like there's a very hacky way I could probably get around this, and that's to just pass in like a network that's the same size as the network. Or, you know what? I'm overcomplicating this. I'm well overcomplicating this, actually. I don't need this. Right? Like, I don't need that. All I need to store is a log. Right? And then all this needs to be is cable network dot. See, the problem is get storage does technically. Ooh. Get storage requires a world and a pause. Well, technically, it doesn't need a world and a pause, because by default it just returns the storage. What I could do is I could create like a no, that's not gonna. It'll be fine. We'll just do that, and then we'll do dot get amount. And then all I have to do in here is I have to say network.storage.amount. Can I not access the amount? Right, I can't because the storage is not an cable network energy. But it also is, so I am technically fine to do this. Let me just rename this to storage amount so that we're completely clear what that is. I am actually also going to create a method, public long get amount stored, which is going to return this dot storage dot get amount. I can't access. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I can actually just do network.storage.getAmount, which is a little bit simpler. So in theory, this should be fine. I think. We do have an error because yeah, we also have an error here. So this needs to be a map codec, apparently, which means that this needs to be a map codec, but that should be okay. I don't think that should be a problem. Yeah, these don't exist anymore. Hello Basti, welcome to the stream. Okay, I think we've solved all the problems. This is still going to be a problem, but we'll come back to that. Well, actually... Wait. Is this a problem? This might just be... This. I think. Maybe. Right now we are rewriting the entire pipe networks to make them basically serializable on 1.21.5, and it is a pain in the buttocks, but we're making it work. So, okay, for the most part, see, this is what I hate, because for the most part, these are going to be identical. But, unfortunately, there isn't much I can do about that. That's just how it is. I'm going to rename these to be network, and I'm actually going to do that in here as well. So I don't have to change quite as many things. I think, yeah, so the storage here, unfortunately, is a storage of fluid variant, so I can't get the amount. But, and there's a very big but, I can cheat a little. And I can just do a public long get fluid amount. And I can also do a public fluid variant, get fluid variant. And then I can just do get fluid amount. I can even make that a method reference. And then I can do fluid variant dot codec. I don't know why it's not auto completing. This is not an optional. I don't know why. Oh, thank you, Basti, for the €1.19. Thank you very much. Buy a banana with that money, please. Okay. I will buy a banana with that money, Basti. Well, I kind of can't buy a banana with that money, because you can't buy singular bananas. And a bunch of bananas cost more than €1.90. I think. I assume. I actually don't know. But I would assume it does. Oh, that's wrong. This needs to be... I don't know how much does a bunch of bananas cost. You want me to have a look? I'll have a look at how much a bunch of bananas costs. Okay. I'm looking for bananas. Okay, apparently you can't see how much bananas cost on the website. Right. Okay, what about Tesco? Oh, I'll look at Tesco to see how much bananas. Okay, so a bunch of bananas costs 16p? That doesn't make sense. Are bananas really that cheap? Okay, is this gonna dox me if I bring this up on stream? I don't think so. So apparently 16p for Tesco, apparently you can buy them. But I don't shop at Tesco, to be fair. But so okay, but these are small bananas. So even though this is 6 for 75p, are bananas really that cheap? I did not think they were that cheap. Yeah, so this is 16p per banana. And then it's 90p per kilogram. Yeah, so 5 bananas here for 16p. Yeah. 16p each, so 78p. In freedom units, that's like... add like 10 to these. So like this would be 98 cents. I don't know, what is a dollar that's not a dollar? I don't know. 98 of those. 0.98. This would be like maybe it's slightly more than that. Let me have a look. Oh, it is actually slightly more than that. Yeah, freedom, except it's not that free anymore, but US moment. Anyways, yeah, we're not gonna get political. So this is the variant. There we go. And yeah, so that's that. And then all it's complaining about is that we haven't implemented. What the hell? No, I don't want to make it abstract. I just want to implement the method, bro. There we go. Nice. So this one I can pretty much copy paste for this one, luckily. And just do this. Thank you, Basti, for buying me a banana. And yeah, good night. Used to be a slurry variant, and then pretty much that will be it. So obviously this is slurry pipe network, and this is a single slurry storage. These need to go bye-bye. Yep, that needs to exist, and then that needs to exist. This is not a fluid though, so this is gets slurry out. And then this is just get slurry variant. Technically don't need these methods, it just makes this easier to read. And do that. Nice. So that's that one done. Heat is going to be a pain in the bum, because heat stores its heat per pipe instead of globally. So I'm going to have like a map of a pause to a long or to a double. Yeah. So need that. Don't know how we're gonna do that. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in here that's gonna be like kind of redundant, but it's fine. Okay, so that just does that. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the cable network because I should be able to kind of copy paste it. It's just gonna be slightly different. So yeah, so obviously this part's gonna be different, and this part's gonna be different. So this is gonna be a codec dot unbounded map, and we're gonna have a block pause dot codec, and then we're gonna map that to a codec dot double. And that's field of storage amount. And can I not just return? Oh yeah, I see. I can't do that because yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, and then this is just storage amounts, and then hopefully Copilot can do the rest. Unfortunately, Copilot does not seem to be able to do the rest, so we'll have to do that, man. We'll do storage amounts dot entry set dot 4 entry pause amount, and then we'll say network dot get storage. We can pass in null for the world. Not ideal, but that'll be fine. And then we can just set the amount equal to amount. Now that's not going to work because this expects a heat storage, but it's actually going to be a no limit heat, more specifically a simple heat, I guess. So we can just do that. Unfortunately not. We cannot do that. Okay. Oh, we can do set amount though. I don't know exactly where that exists. Is that on this class, or can I just do that from here? No, I do actually have to cast it. Okay, that's fine. Not really a problem. Ideally, I should also probably save the pipe to source distances. Not that I'm actually using them, but in the future I might need to use them. So I will do that too. So I will do codec dot unbounded map block pause dot codec, and then I'm going to map that to another map of once again block pause dot codec and codec dot int, and that'll be this. I'm pretty sure I can just return that, no? Yeah, I can. I was going to say I thought so. Okay, and then that should basically be it for this one. Obviously I need the big man get codec method. Like that. What theme do you use in IntelliJ? I use a theme called IU Dark. That is AYU Dark. Yeah, that is a plugin. Very nice theme. I'm a big fan. Okay. So, chat. might be done. Maybe. Let's go. Okay, first of all, let's build, because I know we're going to have some errors because I didn't fully fix it. But we'll just give it a build. Okay, so what do we have here then? We can go a level down first, though, because we have this one. So, what is here? Oh, right. I forgot about this. I completely forgot about this. Because the type of networks is going to be different. But it needs to be the same. Because of n, we don't know that n is going to be within the correct bounds. Yeah, because s needs to be converted into s that's passed into n, but it might not be a problem. Or not that it might not be, but we don't know that it is. So... Can I do that? Can I do that? Pipe network is not within bounds. Should extend pipe network. What? I'm a little bit confused. What is it saying? I'm actually a little bit lost. What? I don't know what it's saying. Is it because it's not this? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I see. So it doesn't know. Like, this can't be this because we don't know what this is. So it doesn't like that. So the only way to do that is to do that. But then this doesn't know what network is. Because the problem is the networks in here might not match what's in here. The only way to fix that would be to pass the class of this into here. But that wouldn't really work without some kind of really hacky reflection in the codec. I could... Could I even do that? No, I was going to say could I cast it, but I can't even cast it because it's wildcard. So this has to be in its own method. Problem is I don't know. I mean, could I do this? No, that doesn't even fix it. I think we're gonna hit a point of we're gonna hit a very tall brick wall, is what I think. Because they're never gonna match. It's just not gonna happen. Because fundamentally, this set codec is it's a wildcard thing. The only way to solve that would be to have somehow have a set codec network type. But that's incredibly jank. The only other option is to make this method not generic. But that wouldn't really work. Well... Yeah, because I mean what I could do, right, is I could do this. And then like that. That's not going to do anything. I don't know why it's trying to do that. Like I could do this. Technically. And then just press warnings uncheck. Which isn't ideal. But it would work because it means that I can have a pipe network here. And have this be a pipe network. Like, not even have this actually. Right? Like this. That actually does have to be like that, but that's fine. And then that would work. Right? That doesn't error anymore. The problem is yeah, this still isn't the type that it wants. I could make this a pipe network here. And then I can make this a pipe network here. Actually, if I do that... No, I can't do that. Because that expects that. And unless I can do that, but I can't do that because you can't give that a wild card. But why is this complaining? Because pipe network is not within bounds, should extend pipe network object. Because, right, because this is resolved in here as object. What if I now made a create method? What is this just done? That's what I did it to do. Yeah, see, that still doesn't really help. The only way to fix it is to make this a pipe network like that. Which it fixes it there, but then it doesn't fix it here. And I could fix it by doing that. Technically. Which means I can actually make this back to what it was before. So this can just be N. Which is better because I prefer to keep this weird ass casting inside of here. But I don't think I can return that, can I? What the hell is this error? What is this? Yeah, so I obviously can't do that. Yeah, see, the problem is that's going to return object because this is generic. And so these are just going to be resolved to whatever this is. And since this is a wild card, these get resolved to object, I think. I think that's how generics work. So then I could do this, but then I can't return that because this now expects this to be a pipe network. So the only way to solve that would be to cast it to this, but I don't think I can do that. You can do that. But that's very jank. But I also don't really have a choice. So... Unfortunately... You can't do that, can you? Is it no inspection? No inspection? Unchecked? Yeah, there you go. I mean, this is horrible code. If it works, it works, but like, this is really ugly code. And I'm sure there's a better way of doing it, right? Like, there has to be a better way of doing this. I don't know. See, the problem is that also doesn't really solve anything, because I also need to fix that in here. And I don't know how to do that. Why is this complete? This is not a static context. Why are you complaining? Whatever. That's not right. Well, yeah, I don't need this. Oh, I'm gonna do this. We'll come back to that because that's going to be a pain in the butt. um I'm gonna need like a public static codec type network manager. The problem is I don't want to deserialize or serialize a pipe network manager because the manager, well, I physically can't because it has this factory here. The only way I could do that is if I made this a map. But I'm not even yawning that much. I usually yawn way more than. I'm not yawning that much today. I mean, I could make this a map of a transfer type like this, and then make that a new hash map. And I don't know why it's complaining. Oh, that's why. Okay. Now I am yawning, yeah. You know what I really want to do at some point? I want to come back through this and I want to just rewrite the whole thing. I know I only wrote this like whole pipe networks really recently, but I feel like there has to be a way to do it without so many generics. Because there are so freaking many of them. And it's hurting my brain. Like, it is actually hurting my brain. I mean, look at these errors. Look at these errors. Like, what are this? I have no idea what these. And these are fresh type variables. Like, what does that even mean? But the problem is it's not an easy thing to do this because I'm obviously trying to abstract it as much as I can, right? Because I obviously want it to be as easy as possible to make a new one. I mean, all I have to do at the moment is just do this, right? And obviously make a new network class, but that's pretty trivial. I mean, the whole reason I need this entire, like, all these generics and stuff is because you can transfer different things, right? But, like, you can transfer energy, right? And energy is just a long, right? That's it. That's all energy is. But you could also have, you could transfer an item, well, maybe not an item, that's not a good example. You could transfer a fluid, and a fluid is a fluid variant and a long. Or things get even more complicated if you have like temperature, right? In which case you're transferring a double. So you can't use a long for like the amount because you're transferring a double. It's like there's so many layers to why this isn't simple. Which is why even if I come back through this someday and try to rewrite it, I just don't think I'm actually going to be able to make it any better. Honestly. But I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to make this work wide. Like, I can't make a codec for this because it's just not a codec. Like, I'm putting it into a list. Like, I'm not going to be able to have a map. That's fundamentally just not going to. Just class called transferable or something. But I can't do that because I don't own the classes, right? Like, I don't own energy storage. That's owned by the energy. I don't own item storage because that's owned by Fabric API. I don't own fluid storage. That's owned by Fabric API. So I can't. Like, I physically can't do that. I mean, what I might do at some point, yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say. I might just make a wrapper around everything, right? Just have like a Industria fluid storage, right? Because I mean, you can see here that for fluid storages, it has to be a storage of fluid variant. Now, you would think that means that you could just use storage, right, for all of them. But you can't, because guess what? Energy storage doesn't extend storage. So you can't do that. It's like, if they all just extended one class, right? They all inherited from a single class, this would be so much easier. Even if it's just an interface, right? Like, anything, any single type that they all used would make this so much easier. But they don't. And I can't fix that. The only way is probably with wrappers. But I don't know that that will work either. And the reason is because in transfer type, if you have like item storage sided, this specifically requires that it's a storage of an item variant. If it's anything that extends that, it doesn't accept it. So I'm not honestly sure that's gonna work, even if I did try to do that. I mean, look how messy this class is. Like, this is a horrible class. Look at all these functions, right? When I create any of these, I have to define the sided storage, I have to define the item storage, the insert method, the extract method. I have to say how it should find a variant, right? Or, you know, I have to do this jankiness. I have to say what the maximum value is, right? In this case, it's a long, but like in this case, it's a double. I have to be able to convert it to a double or to a long. I don't remember which way around this is. Yeah, I have to convert it to a double. Or I have to be able to convert it to a double. I have to know if it's empty or not. Which is like, I have to know if it can support it. It's just so horrible. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's the one thing that Forge has up on Fabric. Or NeoForge, Forge, NeoForge, whatever. It's the one thing they definitely have up on Fabric. Because they very much have a unified capability API where everything inherits from one thing, so it's not that bad. I mean, I genuinely don't know what to do here. I can't create a codec because it just doesn't want a codec. I can't turn this into a codec. Unless... I mean... maybe there's a solution here. And that's not actually... I mean, what's this gonna try and do? Yeah, see, that would be fine if you could do that, but you can't. This is the functional interface. You can't create a codec for it. So, I see why it's trying to do that, but you just can't do that. And the only thing I can think is to just manually write an encoder and a decoder. I mean, it might work, maybe. I just don't know how to implement these methods, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, that's all I can do. So I can add transfer type and then do transfer type dot codec. Is that what it wants or not? No. It wants to encode it. Ah, like that. But then the problem is it wants a network supply. And I can't give it a network supplier. I need to do the pipes network data. I guess what I could do is I could have a codec for that. So I could have a codec of a map of a registry key of world. Yeah, like this. Not exactly this though, because this isn't going to be correct, but why is this complaining? Not sure why that's complaining. Is this missing a thing like that? So this is correct. Wait, what is this just done? No, this isn't right. I just realized what it's done. This isn't what I wanted. I want a codec of an unbounded map. Which is going to take in that, and then it's going to take in pipe networks data.codec, and then there'll be field of networks for getter, get pipe networks data, which isn't working. My guess is that's because yeah, I see. Oh, why? Because it doesn't have like a... like, oh yeah, like it's just an object. Do I even have a method to get the pipes network data? So I have this. Like, do I have a method to get this? So why is this complaining? Oh. Okay. Whatever. So I don't actually have a method to even get the... God, this class is such a mess. Things are just everywhere. Get pipes network day. Possibly I can just do that, maybe? Why doesn't that work? What? Oh, I see. I see. Can I ask a random and somewhat personal question? Sure, if you want. I mean, if it's too personal, I just won't answer it. So, sure. You can ask. Oh, this isn't static. Well, I could do a map of a... I could do a map of a transfer type to the pipe network data or something. What's your dream? What do you mean? Like, my dream job? Or like... I'm not sure specifically what you mean. I think I do need to map this to a transfer type, by the way. Which I hate. But I think I actually do have to. This is going to break everything. Here we are. We're already breaking everything, so I might as well just go all out. Like something you really want that you dream of? I don't know. I don't really want anything, to be honest. Like... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really, like, want... I mean, obviously, I want, like, you know, the usual stuff, right? Like, you know, my own house and you know, that kind of thing. That would obviously be pretty cool. I don't know if there's anything out of the ordinary that I want. But it's not that I can think of. I mean, I'm sure there is something, but I can't think of anything. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, there you go. What is this? Do I need this? I don't know if I need this. What is this even doing? I don't think I need that. And now Bros deleted all his messages. Why do you do that? Every single time. I was waiting for it. I was waiting to see. This... Oh. And does this, and so does that. Okay, so... I don't know if I need it or not, but I'm thinking... Well... This also doesn't need to exist. I mean, can I just do this or not? No, I don't think so. Because I need to do like that, right? Put .get pipe now. So that gives me a map of a registry key world. And then I can build. What does that do though? If I... What am I putting in here? So I'm putting connect the unbounded map of a world to a network data. And then I'm calling encode, right? But encode isn't like encoding necessarily what I want it to encode. I think what I need to encode is like... Oh, I hate this so much. I cannot express how much I'm hating this right now. But I think I need to do this. Or actually, I guess I can do, I think there's a pair codec or something? Yeah, I can do a pair codec. And then pass in a pipe network manager. And then I think I can just do codec.pair. Have you ever made a plugin? What kind of plugin? An IntelliJ plugin or a Minecraft plugin? But no, I have never done either, so I don't know why I asked. I've never made any kind of plugin. The only type of plugin I've ever made is an Eclipse plugin. It didn't go well. Actually, yeah, it didn't go terrible, but I wouldn't say it went well. But that is the only kind of plugin I've ever even attempted to make. I think I tried to dabble in like Spigot once, like very briefly once, because I think I was trying to see. I don't even remember what I was doing, but I think I very briefly tried it. But I definitely didn't actually go anywhere with it. How do I do that? I'm really starting to lose it. I don't know anymore. Oh. Well, honestly, how long have we been going for? Almost 3 hours? It's probably about time to end it anyway. And I think for me to be able to continue with this, I'm gonna have to ask for some help on the Fabric Discord, or maybe on modded Minecraft Discord or something. I don't know that I'm gonna get much further by myself here, because this is hell. And we're not really making progress, to be honest. Like, I don't know if I should be saving the map, or if I shouldn't have a map, or, you know. It's probably, I should probably, like, have a registry rather than this map. To be honest, would be the best way. But yeah, like, I don't really know what to do, to be honest. So I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm not sure you could really enjoy, because this is very complicated and I don't even really understand what we've done today. So here we are. As for when the next stream will be, probably not for a long time. I don't know, because I need to lock in with uni work now, basically. So I might have time in the evenings, because obviously I'm not going to be working on it all day, every day, because I would just die. So I might still have time some evening. We will see, but it will probably be less frequent the next month-ish. Yeah, just over a month. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. And I will see you whenever I schedule the next stream for, I guess. So yeah, I will see you then. Goodbye.